Long ago, the gods held a festival to choose 12 divine messengers to protect the land. However, chaos sprung up when the sly rat kept the cat from being part of the zodiac. This is a story that continues to this very day. The tale of the pure-hearted cat and the 12 Ito Musu. While walking along the busy street, Takeru Amato catches everyone's attention with his large, heavy cart. He doesn't mind the stares he's getting, but he is bothered by the 9 weird girls jumping into his baggage like it's a carnival ride. He tells them to get off, but instead of paying attention to him, they just introduce themselves. Ox, tiger, rabbit, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, and dog. Strange names, but their cosplay fits the image. They're conducting a street survey, asking random people to list the Chinese zodiacs in order. Though he's hesitant at first, Takeru recites rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, and he trails off. Rabbit, tiger, and ox celebrate their popularity while the others sulk for being unremarkable. Since he has no business with them, Takeru goes on his merry way. He's about to move into a new house, which seems perfectly normal outside, but the brochure says there's a fuka-fuka, or something soft and fluffy in the living room. Very sus. Takeru enters the house to check the fuka-fuka, which turns out to be a fluffy blob on the floor. He slips his hand into it until he discovers a deep hole. The young boy takes a deep breath, and thinks it won't be a problem if he's careful. Unless Sadako crawls out of it, we'll never know. Meow. He searches where the meowing comes from until a cat girl emerges from the hole. She greets him with her tongue on his cheek and asks if that excites him. If there's one thing about Takeru, it's that he'll keep carrying on with life as if there's no bullcrap going on around him. And so, like nothing happened, he introduces himself and asks who she is. She crawls out of the hole, sighs, and stretches before saying her name, Nayatan. Meow-san. Takeru asks, annoying Nayatan, and repeating her name's correct pronunciation. The cat asks whether Takeru enjoyed her spicy greeting. Yeah, I did, he says. Nayatan insists that he be honest, though she's sure as hell enjoying the flattery. In that case, Takeru says that he lied. Just like that, Nayatan gets all pissy at him for not appreciating how lucky he is. Feeling undervalued, the girl runs off. Well, bye I guess. The sun's about to set when Takeru unpacks some of his stuff. He decides to take a bath but finds Nayatan in the shower. People, you've probably been in these parts long enough to know what's gonna happen, so say it with me. She screams and punches him for being a perv before he can even defend himself. Kaya. And of course, all this was a ploy for her to play the part of the helpless damsel, but Takeru just eats her out at his house. Meanwhile, the other zodiacs are starting to feel hopeless after their survey. People only remember the first 6 and forget the rest. USA Tan suggests they think of a way where folks can easily recall them. Sha Tan recommends using their Chinese names, whereas Shima Tan recites Zai, Chu, Yin, Mao, Chen, Si, Wu, Wai, Shen, Yu, Zhu, Hai. At Takeru's house, Nayatan returns and offers him some food. What's the roll of the hour, you might ask? Now, she's a divorced Kyoto woman with 1 child who can whip up a snack from leftovers. That's very specific. But despite her best efforts, Takeru remains uninterested and goes out to buy something. When he returns, a package awaits him. Can you guess what it is? It's Nayatan, dressed as the best gift ever. Alas, the indifferent Takeru just asks her what she wants. With teary eyes, she laments that she can't figure out her character, so he concludes that she wants to find herself. When you put it that way, it sounds really embarrassing, Nayatan says. I wish I could jump into a hole. Well, you can just crawl back to where you came from. Which she actually does. Nayatan sadly sniffs. So Takeru prepares a hot bath for her. Because of his benevolent kindness, lights flutter on top of his head and form a glowing ball with a cat inside. It goes straight to Nayatan, and for some reason, she starts smelling something nice. After the hot bath, Nayatan recharges her annoying energy and demands a beer. Despite her age is just a number spiel, Takeru can't give her what she wants since he's a minor. Good boy. Suddenly, another girl appears out of nowhere and calls herself Yuri Tan. Like Nayatan, she came from the world of the gods, Aka, the fuka-fuka in the living room. She has come to ask about the progress in Nayatan's training, but Takeru doesn't know what she means. After all the time she's been here, the cat hasn't told him anything. Apparently, Nayatan wants to be part of the Chinese zodiac. Why? She has no idea. Yuri Tan volunteers to explain, but a green flash strikes them. It shatters the house, and its impact sends them out. Up in the air is Dora Tan. Unlike the others, she's an Ito Shin, which is higher than an Ito Musu, and she has betrayed Nayatan. The dragon attacks Takeru without warning, but Nayatan quickly comes to his rescue. Nayatan requires Sol Lol from him to match the enemy's powers. A what? Oh, it's the sparkly thing that popped out from him earlier. It's produced by human joy and gratitude. Nayatan tells him she refilled his body soap, so he thanks her, creating an instant Sol Lol. Once received, a blinding light ensues. A whole new realm appears where they can fight. They also become cute chivas, which, why? Yuri-tan says it's an ETM-12, but it's not an official match. She'll explain soon, but for now, they should watch the battle on the TV. Naya-tan begs Dora-tan to explain her betrayal, but she refuses to answer. Because of that, the cat girl attacks with a powerful kick, but her opponent easily counters it. Dora-tan slams her chest, pushing her a few meters back with great impact. While trying her damnedest to claw her, she asks Dora-tan again, was everything they went through a lie? That's right, she replies, which is enough to send Naya-tan screaming and attacking relentlessly. But despite it all, she still can't scratch her enemy. To end this battle, Dora-tan gathers all the icicles and throws them at her. However, she remains standing and charges at Dora-tan again. But before she can get close, Dora-tan imprisons her in ice. She unleashes her fan and slaps it onto Naya-tan's face until she slams into an iceberg. Naya-tan runs out of Sol. She still wants to fight, but it's over. They both return to the real world. Seeing Naya-tan cry, Dora-tan begs her to stop because it's embarrassing. Takeru isn't sure what's happening but still comforts Naya-tan. Because of that, a first-rate Sol appears. Dora-tan, who's not really a villain, is Naya-tan's spirit master. And the battle you witnessed earlier was just a show. Naya-tan wanted to play the heroine in a tragic plot so she could touch Takeru's heart. That's why Dora-tan starred as the enemy and attacked him a little. But anyway, Takeru produces a rare Sol. The small amount Takeru shared with Naya-tan earlier gave her enough power to fight Dora-tan. Based on the cat's comprehension, she has an invincibility star. Despite all the strange things that have happened in a day, Takeru calmly decides to cook dinner. However, that calm disappears when he sees his decimated house. In another realm, Chu-tan senses the ETM-12 has begun. Takeru wakes the next day with a letter from Naya-tan saying she'll prepare breakfast. Takeru thinks it's nice, instantly producing another Sol. However, he hears dying screams when he walks out of the room. Naya-tan explains she's cooking Chinese, not food, but 2 Chinese zodiacs. Takeru quickly reprimands Naya-tan, but she unrightfully turns the tables on him and insists that he's being ungrateful with the teppanyaki feast. Still, he looks for water to put out the fire, so Yuri-tan hands him a bucket of sesame oil. Stay strong, Takeru. Soon enough, Takeru finally extinguishes the fire. However, the other Ito shins crawl out of the hole. He has no choice but to prepare breakfast for them. As they eat, he mentions that they're supposed to be 12. The girls sulk because he can't remember them from yesterday, so they make him recite the Chinese zodiac again. Like before, he stops at the snake, and then trails off, making Uma-tan cry in self-pity because her name sounds bad. Takeru notices Pio-tan hiding in the back. Yuri-tan explains her brain is so small that she loses her memories after walking 3 steps. ATM, she doesn't want to forget the literal roasting Naya-tan did to her in Mo-tan. Naya-tan tries to lure Pio-tan with food to no avail. Knowing Rooster dislikes wasting food, she throws the bread. Pio-tan unconsciously takes 3 steps to catch it, and she quickly forgets everything. Problem solved. According to Yuri-tan, it's typical for the Rooster clan to hold on to negative feelings, despite forgetting why. Takeru wonders if there are other clans, but he earns no response. Still, he has to ask if the cat clan tends to be stupid. They say cats are known to be gentle, peaceful, and the strongest Ito Musume, despite Naya-tan showing otherwise. Shima-tan suddenly reveals that Naya-tan has amnesia, shocking everyone. They all pity her, especially Mo-tan, who offers her huge tatas for comfort. Knowing Takeru might be overwhelmed, Dora-tan offers him tea. He thanks her, causing a Sol with a dragon to pop out of his head. Believe it or not, not many humans can produce such energy, making Takeru today's special offer. The auction is officially open, starting at 100 yen. And so the bidding begins until it reaches millions of yen. Naya-tan interrupts and says they're cruel for treating Takeru like an object. He's flattered by her words, causing a Sol to appear and fly towards her. An easy win. Takeru still doesn't understand why the Sol are a big deal. Dora-tan explains it allows them to transform from adult mode to pretty mode, which they use for fighting. Naya-tan craves it more since she's not an Ito Shin. The rest acquire Sol from their devotees without effort. Meanwhile, in the other realm, Chu-tan effortlessly destroys other Ito Musume, while Sha-tan cooks curry for their lunch. Naya-tan clings to Takeru, begging for more Sol. Mo-tan gets jealous and offers her milk, despite not having any. If Naya-tan refuses her phantom milk, what can she give her? Thinking hard, the cat asks for Mo-tan's Sol seal. However, she has to earn it by winning a fight against her. Without further ado, let's switch on the TV. Mo-tan enters the battle realm first while Naya-tan begs for Takeru's help. She tries to be cute, but it's no use. Luckily, Yuri-tan kept the sol lol Takeru produced earlier from Naya-tan's breakfast. Letter. With 2 sol lols, Naya-tan's good to go. Before the battle commences, Yuri-tan explains that Naya-tan needs to defeat all 12 of them in ETM 12, the Edo Shin Selection Festival, and collect their sol lol seals to become an Edo Shin. With that said, Mo-tan wants to play tag. If Naya-tan can protect an item for 3 minutes, she wins. Her worn pair of socks is all Mo-tan wants from her. Gross, but okay. Determined, Mo-tan aggressively attacks once the timer starts. The best thing Naya-tan can do is run and hide until the time finishes. The spectators cheer outside the TV screen. Naya-tan needs to win and never lose because if she fails even once, she'll lose her seal and ability to participate in the ETM 12. The battle with Dora-tan yesterday was just a skit, so that doesn't count. They are more concerned about how Naya-tan will defeat Mo-tan since she's among the strongest 5. In the game, Naya-tan's plan to hide fails since Mo-tan can smell her. She's able to escape the first capture, but this only makes the ox more aggressive. Mo-tan chases her until Naya-tan reaches a dead end. The cat lures Mo-tan by surrendering her love. Once the enemy takes the bait, Naya-tan unleashes her cat gun. The impact slams Mo-tan into a distant mountain, making her too weak to fight. Finally, Naya-tan earns one of the 12 sol lol seals. They come back, with Mo-tan asleep and Naya-tan craving praise. Outside, Uma-tan and Pyo-tan talk about Chu-tan offing 107 Edo Musu. Meanwhile, Chu-tan is on a signal tower somewhere IRL, saying she can't allow the cat clan to exist. One day, Takeru notices he has a big tree house in his backyard. You see, Dora-tan made it for Naya-tan while rebuilding Takeru's house. Yuri-tan lives in his basement, too. Again, the poor guy has no choice but to accept the illegal settlers in his home. However, Naya-tan's treehouse lacks furniture, so she begs Takeru to shop with her. He hesitates because he doesn't need anything except sesame oil. Sesame oil? That's an emergency for Yuri-tan. So they go to the appliance store. Yep, appliances and furniture are similar for Naya-tan. She sees a washing machine and quickly checks it out. But Takeru is uncertain if she can afford it, looking at Yuri-tan for backup. Naya-tan confirms she's broke, but she can ask for an advance on her paycheck. Wait, she works. Yep. Naya-tan serves part-time at the maid cafe. Edo. All the Edo Shin work here because, despite their divine status, they still need money. Sha-tan even understands the stock market while USA-tan sells stuff online. While everyone's busy, Naya-tan requests 3 months' worth of advance, aka, stealing from their cash register. But it's locked, so she can't open it. She's so forceful that a crowbar pops out of her. But before she can commit a crime, Yuri-tan headbutts her back. Despite Naya-tan's persistence, the others won't give her anything because they haven't seen her work. All she does is roll on the floor, steal food, and annoy customers. If she continues acting like she normally does, she's doomed. Naya-tan tries to reason, but a flashing light from the ceiling suddenly appears. Manager, everyone says. Like the asteroid killing all the dinosaurs. The manager strikes Naya-tan and bellows. Those who do not work shall not get paid. If Naya-tan wants compensation, she needs to work hard. She should strive to be a full-time employee before becoming a zodiac because Naya-tan's the sole part-timer here. Her bullcrapping skills don't work on the manager, so she earns a punch, sending her out of the establishment. At a public playground, Naya-tan cries. Takeru tells her it's her fault, and she has to make up for it. He asks her to apologize to the Edo Shin and offers to help her with the washing machine. At the cafe, Shima-tan and USA-tan tell Dora-tan what happened earlier. However, their conversation cuts off as they sense Chu-tan's evil energy. Naya-tan finally gets the washing machine using her persuasive skills, and Yuri-tan gets her industrial-sized sesame oil. They could have gotten a better deal if they had also bought a refrigerator to store their beloved sesame oil. That sounds good, but Takeru refuses to spend any more money. Suddenly, Naya-tan experiences a déjà vu. She has a vague idea of whom she had an open conversation with, but Takeru assumes it might be her friend. He guesses it can be Yuri-tan, but it's not. So this is where you are, Chu-tan suddenly says. She never dreamed that Naya-tan would be reincarnated. Dora-tan and Shima-tan then appear, asking her about her purpose. Chu-tan wants to challenge Naya-tan to the ETM 12 because she can't let the cat clan exist. The cat just wonders why Chu-tan hates her. Taken aback, Chu-tan asks her if she really doesn't remember. Naya-tan confirms she barely knows her and thinks the cause of her hatred is just something stupid. Chu-tan tries to attack, but Shama-tan blocks her. She reminds her of the zodiac precept, they mustn't harm humans. Chu-tan pulls out her weapon and swears not to hurt Takeru. However, Naya-tan's free game. Said cat is oblivious to what's happening. so Dora-tan and Shama-tan remind her not to fight Chu-tan no matter what. They tell her to escape while they buy her time. However, Chu-tan interrupts and promises her she'll become an instant Ito-shin if she defeats her. Upon hearing that, of course, Naya-tan demands a battle. The rat instantly activates the ETM-12 and goes first. Before Naya-tan enters, the zodiacs remind her to surrender when something goes wrong. The cat believes she'll be alright yet pleads for some lull from Takeru. But before that, she needs to apologize to them first. Naya-tan asks for the girls' forgiveness, which they happily give. Takeru also thanks her for the fun day and gives her a lull. Naya-tan turns into a chibai and asks Chu-tan about her rules. Well, it's a fight to the death. Damn, is this even episode 3? This is like finale stuff. Without a second to waste, Chu-tan attacks with her sword, but Naya-tan evades her barrage. However, with one wrong move, she captures Naya-tan by her foot and whips her around. Takeru wonders where Chu-tan's hatred came from. Nobody knows, but the legend about the rat tricking the cat to prevent it from joining God's race is true. He feels the cat should be the angry one, yet wonders why the rat has to cheat. Chu-tan steps onto Naya-tan and asks her if she already remembers. The cat doesn't, no matter what. She does. With so much rage, she beats Naya-tan while chanting, "Destroy you." The rat wants to know how she got reincarnated, but she just meows. Tired of being the punching bag, Naya-tan decides to finish this with one blow. With powerful energy, she shoots her cat gun directly at her opponent. Unexpectedly, Chu-tan easily blocks it and diverts its direction. Ew, so what now? Worried for her friend, Yuri-tan prepares to intervene. She knows this will mess her up, but she can't just watch Naya-tan get hurt. Before Chu-tan can strike her final shot, Yuri-tan arrives on time at the battlefield, but when the rat swings her weapon, she unknowingly pierces Yuri-tan's head. Everybody's shocked into silence except for Naya-tan, who screams her friend's name. Chu-tan still tries to hit Naya-tan, but everything glitches due to Yuri-tan's intervention. Because of that, the battle is void. They retreat as soon as Naya-tan and Yuri-tan return to the real world. At Takeru's home, Mei-tan tries to heal Yuri-tan, but sadly, she has perished. It's supposed to be a happy day, but Chu-tan's appearance and Yuri-tan's death change that. Takeru waits for a miracle, but not even the gods can bring Yuri-tan back to life. If there's anything this battle taught Naya-tan, it's that she still has a long way to go and she still needs to strengthen herself before she can have a place in the zodiac. It's a long and perhaps even bloody road ahead. But this is the tale that started long ago, a tale that continues until now, the story of a pure-hearted cat in the 12 Ito Museum. And Naya-tan's determined to see it through the very end.